So I'm currently at Hackpen Hill. As you can see right behind me here is the white horse in question. Now in the background in the distance is the crop circle that you can see. Now we're currently in the field and this is a barley crop. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that, super healthy, very big nodes and seeds on the top of the barley crop, and a prime location for this to kind of happen. And this is the same ones that happened in Sutton Veny. It was a barley crop. The one in near Avebury was a barley crop as well, and so was this one. So yeah, there's some correlation there. Not sure why, but we'll find out. Look at this, mate. It's like something out of the scene of Gladiator. Now this site location is absolutely incredible, and upon first entry, I don't know whether it's because how beautiful it is. I do have the butterflies in my stomach again, much like Sutton Veny, but I think that's more excitement than it is anything else coming all the way here. Now like Sutton Veny, when I first entered that, I had like the electricity kind of over my body, the hair stand up on my neck, heart palpitations and the whole lot, and it was just very peculiar, and lots of other people experienced that as well. Now coming here, it's a lot less tame, or a lot more tame should I say. So there isn't so much of the Sutton Veny electricity effect, it's just more kind of awe. But as you can see, as far as the eye can see, you've got barley fields, which is beautiful. You've got the white horse up on the hill in the distance up there. And again, it's just such a prime location, and I do fully recommend it. Now, the farmer that owns this place is called Edward, and he has had crop circles appear here before, so he's not kind of shy to the fact that this is something new happening around his land. Now, a couple of years ago, there was a couple that happened over there. There was one that happened in this field as well. And there is a bit of a pinpoint thing to do with this area where they keep returning and crop circles keep being made, but whether that's humans or whether that's something more, we don't know. But the history here, the geological makeup of the chalk and the quartz as well, the paganistic traditions, the white horse on the sides of the mountain. There's so many sort of burial mounds around here, so there is a lot of energy to be emitted here, which is absolutely incredible, which would in fact probably attract a lot of the anomalous activity that we do experience around Wiltshire specifically. And if you look on a map, the ley line crossover is absolutely incredible. It's like a dartboard here, and it is said that Wiltshire in itself is the crown chakra of the world, so it's the above, and it's why there's so much weirdness that happens here to do with all the ley lines, the burial mounds, the years and years of tradition that's happened here, the ancestral heritage, and lots of paganistic worship and everything else that comes with that, which is amazing, which kind of charges the area. Mix that with the chalk and quartz crystals as well, which is again just a giant battery. Now Chad in Africa is called the root chakra of the earth, so it's basically the polar opposites, and they do kind of line up as well. So to kind of have things imprinted through the crown chakra of the earth, you want to get spiritual with it to kind of push the energy through down to the root chakra in Africa. That would make sense, don't you think? So right now we're currently in the outer circle. This is a big circle here, quite beautiful. And there is a nice whoosh formation that you can see around where it's kind of been pushed and swirled, I reckon. Now, compared to the Sutton Veny one that we visited before, we visited about a day or two after. And same with this one, this happened on the 22nd and it's the 24th today, very early morning. Now, the Sutton Veny one, when we inspected it, all of the barley grain was rising back up again. It was luscious green, it was beautiful, and it looked healthy, and it was pushing back towards the sun. Now, the difference between this side, nothing is rising up. And if you go all the way around, nothing's pushing back up again. The areas that have been trampled are quite stressed out. They're discolored. They're going a bit of an off color, you know, they're not very happy. Now, I'll put up a video versus the Sutton Veny one, and you'll see the stark difference. That's something to kind of take note of when it comes to more of the anomalous type situations that we do come across. Now, when it comes to the circle sections, again, if you're looking at it, there's like an indentation there, and it kind of whooshes on the outside. It's like a one formation, you know? And I believe this is done by a post and rope method, because you can see there's a bit of a crater there. And I believe when they've jammed a post in, they've wrapped a rope around it, and they've just untwined it, followed it round as far as it can go, and then created this one sort of formation, because again, it's not platted, it's been damaged, it's been squished, and it doesn't seem too happy about the situation. So, and this kind of current theme happens with all of the other formations as well out here. So this is the outer edge, mate. As you can see, look how much of a perfect whoosh formation there is. I mean, there's not so much on the outskirts here that is crushed or bent over, but there are a few things, but we can inspect that closer, because a lot of the time in the man-made ones, what you see on the outside, when they push their boards down, they scrape the grain, and then the grain looks damaged, and then you can kind of see where it's kind of being forced over. Now, some of these areas are definitely bent over, but don't know whether that's where people have walked on, or this is something more forceful, like a board being squished, but we'll go around and have a look a little bit more. Now we're going to be looking at the sides of the stems on the outside of a less touched area, and we're going to see if there's any sort of scraping or anything kind of indicating any damage from boards. One thing I want to show you guys as well, in some of the nodes when the humans have squished them, this one I've just broke a little bit here, but the nodes get like a bruising or like a scuff on them, as you can see there, where the board's kind of squished up against it, it's kind of bruised itself, it's not so happy. I'll try and find another example. So you can see there where the board's kind of, or something squished up against it, it's laid on it, it's scratched it, and it's kind of stressed out this node here. As you can see, it's not fully popped, it's still intact, it's just bruised from whatever pressure's been applied to it, you see. Now we're on the outside edge again, and we're looking at the more lesser touched areas, okay? And we're going to be looking if there's any sort of bent stems to kind of look at and observe. Now already looking out here, I can see that there's bent stems, that they're kind of crimped over. These ones at the base here, look, right on the outside. No one would be walking through here because it's such on the outside rim, it's way out of the way. But a lot of these are bent and crimped over, which does suggest to me that it's more of a board jobby, a board and rope. The only other thing which is interesting is that there's no scraping on the stem still. But if we're looking to the outside section as well, where you'd think less people have walked, again, down in here, it's all kind of broken, bent and snapped. It's been pushed over, and it's not kind of like a whoosh formation. There's lots of bends and breaks in there. Again, which kind of suggests to me that, yeah, it is more of a board jobby. Unlike the Sutton Veny one, where it was kind of plaited, it was woven over. This seems to be kind of one continuous direction. So now this is the outside edge, and it follows round. It's quite large. The diameter of this does fluctuate between 440 meters and 5 meters. So it kind of, depending where you are, I think this section's 440, and then the backside over there is about 5 meters. And again, much like the Sutton Veny one, there's nothing rising back up. It's all kind of laid and flushed through. We'll walk down and through a little bit and see what we can find. Well, this kind of wraps it up a little bit. I mean, from my point of view, from all the investigation, I'm going to say this is more so human-made. Very beautiful formation, very incredible work nonetheless. So, but the only thing to point out is there's no woven nature of these crops. They're kind of just whooshed and pushed down all in one location, and they're not kind of plaited that you'd see in more of the anomalous areas. There is bruising on the stems, there is bent and snapped areas as well, kind of suggesting that something actually has been forced down. There's things that have squished against the nodes themselves and the stems, which has led to more bruising. There was a random radio frequency spike, which was quite interesting, which was quite unexplainable, but there was no MF field, no electric field or anything of that sort kind of pinging. It was more just radio frequency. Now, the actual measurements, they do fluctuate. They're not pinpoint precision. Again, another one to kind of reference it to is Sutton Veny, where it was just so immaculate. It was just so pinpoint precision. All of the plaiting there, the readings as well, everything that kind of suggests that it was a little bit anomalous going there. And there was no major feelings here. It was just more so awe and quite excitement of just being in this area itself. But either way, an incredible experience, and it's really good to kind of see something more so of this nature. So big ups to the people that have actually created this. and very interesting. But in my personal opinion, even if it is human-made, it doesn't mean that it doesn't hold power, because sacred geometry has been used for thousands of years, and this is sacred geometry in itself. And I believe, in my own way, that these symbols do carry some sort of energy. So there we have it, mate. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe and like the video and share this about, and I will be at the next one, hopefully. So fingers crossed. Big up to the farmers as well. See ya. Peace.